Welcome back to the channel, everyone. CryptoTakeOver here, coming back with a Bitcoin cryptocurrency video for you today. We're going to take a look at some news articles talking about Ripple may be a security now. This has been going back and forth, I feel like, forever, if it's a security or not, if the SEC wants their compensation or not. And we're going to dive into some articles here in a second and take a look and see what's being said about Ripple. And then also we have Dogecoin up 20% since Elon Musk's tweet. We'll take a look at that news article too as well. And then maybe why you shouldn't be investing in Bitcoin. I don't know what's going on here, folks. People are flip-flopping all over the place right now since Bitcoin prices had dropped off too as well. And then we have some, wild gains compared to Tesla and how Tesla's doing too right now as well. We're going to take a look at some of those charts such as Tesla, Doge, and Ripple along with Bitcoin. So if that sounds interesting, folks, go ahead and stick around and let's get started. Alright, if you're brand new to this channel, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that way y'all can stay updated every single video that we make on this channel. And yeah, we're going to take a look at why the SEC might be coming after Ripple once again. The SEC is set to bring lawsuit against Ripple, claiming the company violated laws against selling unregistered securities when it sold XRP to investors. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse said the SEC's suit was fundamentally wrong as a matter of law. In fact, in question is timing. XRP declined sharply following news of the unexpected SEC suit, with the cryptocurrency falling over 17% to 46 cents. Man, I just can't believe this, yo. Like, I thought this was already completely done and settled with Ripple, and yet again we have the SEC still not giving up on Ripple and saying that it could be a security based on their ICO, I guess, that was launched. And honestly, I never really kept up with Ripple that much in the beginning. Owned probably like a little bit of Ripple in the start, then ended up selling it. And, right now I have like maybe a small portion of Ripple, but not a lot, to be honest. And this just is going way back and forth. And we've seen that our money flow on Ripple has been kind of thin for the most part. So our momentum waves are gonna, anything can move this market. And as we've seen here, is that Ripple has been selling off completely, down to almost 46 cents. So Ripple's fintech company, best known as XRP, has said it is unexpected sued by the Securities and Exchange Commission over allegations that violated investors' protection laws. The SEC is set to bring a lawsuit against Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse, and CEO co-founder Chris Larsen, and claim that the company violated laws against selling unregistered securities when it sold XRP to investors. Blah blah blah. So SEC's not giving up on this. So obviously this is going to take a while for probably Ripple to recover. If you're a long-term investor in Ripple and dollar cost averaging is what you prefer to do, then hey, this is a good chance for you to scoop up some Ripple. It says Bitcoin, or Ripple, like Bitcoin, should be classified as a currency and doesn't have to be registered as an investment contract. The company was last privately valued at 10 billion, and it is backed by the likes of the Japanese financial systems giant SBI Holdings and Spanish bank Santander, a top venture capital firm, including so obviously has some investment companies in there too as well to hold XRP afloat. But yeah, this is very interesting news today. So we're going to take a look at those Ripple charts and see what's going on with that. It's probably not going to look too pretty. Yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the next one. SEC saying that Ripple is a security or not. In recent years, the SEC has ruled that the two most valuable cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin and Ethereum, are not securities, partially of the grounds they are decentralized with no person or company in control of them. And I don't think that they ever had an ICO. I don't think Bitcoin or Ethereum ever had an ICO, so that's what kind of saved their butts. Obviously no one is a CEO of Bitcoin, so they couldn't really go after anyone when it comes to Bitcoin. And Ethereum, I believe, was never ICO, so that was also what saved Ethereum too as well. XRP is different from Bitcoin and Ethereum, and the latter two currencies are minted in a gradually ongoing process called mining. By contrast, Larsen and others created 100 billion units of XRP in one fell swoop in 2012 for a company called Ripple Labs. While Ripple continues to own a lion's share of XRP, the bulk of its treasury is held in reserve to be sold in scheduled amounts. Okay, so Obviously, maybe this is just manipulation. I mean, you know, and because of that manipulation, the SEC does see an opportunity to come after these people because they own the most XRP. It's all held centralized too as well. So they can pump it and dump it whenever they like. And maybe this is just a plan, a strategy to take some profits right now, since we had you know, a move all the way up to 70 cents with Ripple, you know, and that was basically you know, closer to a previous high, and definitely a nice pump there too as well. So we've been seeing this go back and forth. I do believe that Kick actually settled their SEC. And I think Kick is now moving forward with some of their platforms too, but this is just one of the many type of SEC things that we've seen happen. We've seen, what's the other one? Veritasium. We've seen that one, you know, the SEC go after that one too as well. So yeah, you know, you got to make sure that you know a little bit more about these coins than just people on YouTube being super moonish about them too. So we go over a lot of some of our main cryptocurrencies and altcoins that we are getting into on our Patreon page. So if you're wanting to learn a little bit more about some of our diversification investments, you can join us in our Patreon page on CryptoTakeOver, links in the description box below. And then we do have a private category on Discord where you can stay up to date with us once you join our Patreon page. Here, okay, Elon Musk, man, he's just been all over cryptocurrency here lately, especially with his, you know, comment with Michael Saylor and their investment strategies with, you know, putting, you know, billions of dollars into Bitcoin, and then him tweeting with Elon Musk about, you know, if this is safe or not, or if, you know, Bitcoin can handle large transactions. And then, you know, lo and behold, he just basically just points out Dogecoin. He's like, oh yeah, by the way, Doge. And then you have Doge pumping up 20%. It's freaking crazy, folks. Like, you know, so I think maybe, you know, obviously it's just so wild how you can get celebrities and stuff like this to just mention one coin, and then you see the thing just pump up out of nowhere. Elon Musk called Bitcoin BS in a series of bizarre weekend tweets that is also set to price and rival cryptocurrency soaring. The world's second largest, richest man appeared in the question of legitimacy on the cryptocurrencies during an early morning rant before later toying with an idea of converting the cash on Tesla balance sheet into digital money, which has been on a tear. Bitcoin is almost as BS as fiat money, he wrote. I don't remember him saying that, to be honest, but I guess that was part of his tweet, referring to a term for government-issued currencies that's not backed by the physical commodity like gold. The US dollar and major cryptocurrencies around the world are considered fiat currencies. Musk has previously taken issue to the government's printing large amounts, and that's my alarm going off, previously taken to the large amounts of printing money. He said that made massive currency issue by governments, central banks, and making Bitcoin internet ghost money like solid by comparison. Interesting. I mean, Elon Musk, I just feel that he may not really know much about it. I think he still owns a lot more Bitcoin than we probably think, or that he's going to actually say. And I mean, I think that that's one of the main things about a lot of these big money guys, is that they're going to want it all for themselves. So they're going to continue to rag on this crypto. They're going to continue to rag on Bitcoin, especially because they only know that there's such a finite amount. And they're going to probably want the most that they can get. So they're going to continuously talk crap about it. And that's just my partake. That's my own opinion. Obviously, I don't have the facts to stand by that. But this is just what I would probably assume, is that they're more than likely accumulating in the background, the continuality of them just continuously talking about it, giving Bitcoin energy by even talking about it, bringing it up. You know, you're not going to just like give all your attention to Bitcoin and then not have done your further research about it as well too, right? So it doesn't make any sense. And then so Musk simultaneously generated some buzz around Dogecoin, which is named for the famous internet meme featuring a Shiba Inu dog. The alternative cryptocurrency was launched in 2013 and has marked a value of 622 million, a tiny fraction of Bitcoin's 423 billion. One word, Doge. He tweeted in a tweet on bio, former CEO of Dogecoin. That was in his bio, was former CEO of Dogecoin. I mean, I think he's just doing that for fun, but obviously it has a very big impact and you know, the fact that Doge is actually worth something. Maybe, you know, you could be considered a Dogecoin, maybe like an NFT or something, since it's, you know, its trademark is a Shiba Inu dog, you know. All right, so let's move on from there. We're going to take a look at Doge coming forward. Bitcoin plunges the most in nearly after a record-breaking surge past 24,200. Bitcoin plummeted as much as 6% on Monday, representing the deepest drop of the cryptocurrency in a nearly month. The decline comes after Bitcoin's rocketed to record highs above 24,200 as adopting among institutional investors in companies like Square and PayPal increases. A report backed by hardware wallets firm Ledger, as well as the U.S. Treasury's proposed rules that would rein in the cryptocurrency like weighted investors sentiment. So I do believe that this had a lot to do with the not PayPal, but by the possible regulations that could be implemented moving forward, with maybe you know, you having to talk about where you're sending money to and who owns those hardware wallets or whatever. And I really don't know how much they can implement that, to be honest. I feel like that they're going to have a hard time implementing a lot of those things, but if they are to do it, then we'll just have to be prepared for it. And obviously I think that had a lot to do with the price drop too as well. And then maybe some, you know, I know that we've had talk about stimulus, but obviously stimulus would be a little bit more bullish for Bitcoin, and we're starting to see Bitcoin maybe sell off just a tad bit. So we'll have to be a little prepared for some pullbacks here, but this is, I still think that we are in a bull market run, and this is just the beginning. Obviously we're going to see pullbacks up to 35% or so. That's what we've always had in our previous bull market run, is pullbacks up to 35%. And so we'll have to be ready for those pullbacks too as well. And I do believe that they're probably more than likely going to try and manipulate those pullbacks with news articles, with regulations that could occur or whatever. So let's keep on moving on here. Here's why I won't buy Bitcoin and you shouldn't either. This has been a history-making week. All right, I'm just kind of curious because I thought this was very interesting news that people are starting to become bearish now that Bitcoin sold off, what, 6% maybe or so? I don't even know. It maybe even like 6 to 10%, and you're already seeing bearish articles come out. Why I'm not going to invest in Bitcoin because it sold off 16%. Bitcoin is scarce and therefore holds incredible value. But maybe there's a different part to this, because the Motley Fool, okay, but I'm not part of that community, nor can I say I will ever be. The higher Bitcoin goes, the more convinced I am that that's one of the more dangerous investments. Each of a major buy, the surrounding Bitcoin can easily be debunked as follows. Okay, so this is actually a bullish article, but you do just have the people that one prominent catalyst for Bitcoin is the perception of scarcity. It is currently at 18.57 million tokens in circulation and cap of 21 million. Over time, the remaining 2.43, and there's more alarms going off for yourself. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so I guess Bitcoin has become more popular with retailers today. Bitcoin is the new store of value. So it's actually a bullish article. A digital payment revolution is underway and led by Bitcoin optimists. Will also well, I don't know. Going cashless could resolve issues. Blockchain technology. Very interesting. I mean, the headline seems bearish, and this is what drew me to it. You're going to start to see bearish headlines as soon as Bitcoin starts to sell off 10% or so. You're going to start to see these bearish articles. It's going to create more FOMO. People are going to want to sell at lows and not wait for the next pump. When in all fact, you should probably be dollar cost averaging and buying into these dips too as well, the more that it dips as well too. This is just based on my evidence that I've picked up, and I provide all that information. We go into a deeper analysis data-wise on our Patreon page too as well. So if you're interested in joining us in that Patreon page, feel free to talk about some of those deeper dives and deeper analysis and data that we have to convince us more that Bitcoin is going to surpass all-time highs and even skyrocket out of here with past gold, and it's just going to be interesting. In the year, okay, so Bitcoin gains so wild, don't seem so wild compared to stocks like Tesla and crypto strategists say. In the year that has been major market indexes globally breaching record highs despite the economic fallout of COVID-19 pandemic, Bitcoin now appears relatively less volatile, which sells investors in digital currencies. Tesla shares, which were added to a broader S&P 500 index, have soared more than 676% so far in 2020. Meanwhile, Bitcoin has risen 220% as of midnight EST Tuesday, according to Coin Metrics. So we'll take a look at Tesla. I mean, that's what this is all about, right? Tesla's doing better than Bitcoin. So let's dive over into the charts here, folks, and let's see what's going on over here. All right, taking a look at Bitcoin here on the daily chart. Let's start off here on the daily. The daily has been giving us a little bit of concern here, starting to put in our second red Heikin-Ashi candle to the downside here. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of some of these patterns here. Just clean up the screen a little bit. Yeah, we'll get rid of that. All right, cool. So we do have our pivot line that has been holding support for us. Looking at the daily 21 EMA, we're still starting to see support. What I did want to take a look at here was moving into Cipher A. We're going to take a look at the 200 EMA on the daily. I mean, this is sitting all the way down at 12K. This has also been a nice bull market trend for us. If we do stay above this, we are considered to be still in a bull market. So 12,500 is where that's sitting at, and it still looks like we have a ways above that before we have any worry or concern. So still looking good here, but obviously for us to be pumping so high, we are definitely going to have to expect some pullbacks here. 20K could still be in the works, but we're still waiting for some possible pullbacks. Let's take a look here on the 2 hour and kind of move in from there, see what's happening. Pumping back up above our 21 EMA, we did dip all the way down to our 100. We consolidated out like we've seen in our previous videos before. So I was expecting a consolidation here, and then it looks like we're trying to move back up above the 21 EMA here on our 2 hour. Taking a look at our 4 hour, money flow still looks relatively good, getting a nice little tight momentum wave here to the upside. So it does look like we could be heading up here in the next couple of hours. Momentum wave here on the 6 hour, also giving us probably a green dot here relatively soon, putting in our first sign of our green Heikin-Ashi candle there too, with the one on the TI sequential to the upside. So folks, if y'all are wondering what indicators these are, I'm using the market cipher indicator by CryptoFace. You can find links in the description box below if you're interested. I also use the TI sequential by Tone Vase and the market guide buy and sell signal. So using a few paid for indicators, all the links to those indicators are in the description box below if you're interested in picking those up. So let's take a look at the dominance chart here. Moving on over into dominance and taking a look at what's going on over here. We've been keeping a close eye on our two-day time frame, and look, we've had our retest up here, and I do believe that this still has a lot of momentum to the upside here with our 3-day chart. 3-day chart ready to move into that greenish area and probably skyrocket us out of here. We're looking for a pretty big move here to the upside with the momentum to continue further up here. So I've had these lines drawn out for us, and we're still waiting to break up above these trend lines here. Would give us that 1 point extension, and I do believe that that's where our marked territory would probably lead us to. So if we take this all the way up here, you know, we're looking for a nice little move up here. Maybe not this high, but you know, we could probably definitely move somewhere around the 70-80% level for Bitcoin dominance in the near-term future. And as we've seen, XRP has been selling off, and it definitely looks like we're more than likely going to experience some of those more money coming into Bitcoin nonetheless, if Ripple probably continues to sell off, and so does Ethereum. So let's take a look at Ripple and see what's happening here with our XRP and the you know, all the bearish news going on with XRP too as well. Let's get rid of some of these trend lines here. Let's go into our daily time frame, see what's happening. Daily time frame, man, we have wicked down below some of our key support levels, so I would not be surprised. And we'll draw out the retracements here too as well. Let's go ahead and get rid of some of this stuff here on our, get rid of some of this here. This was our last previous support that I had drawn out for us. It did look like we were making nice support here on our higher time frames with Ripple. And I've had this trend line drawn out here. So, you know, I don't believe that we're going to come back down all the way to retest here. But if we take a look at our daily chart and we're to draw our fib retracements up from here, I do believe that we could probably find a good spot for a retracement all the way back down to maybe our 618, which is right at about 36 cents or so. I do believe that that could be in the works, or our 0.5 is right at about 42 cents. I would say that to continue to be a little bit more bullish here on XRP, we probably want to see at least bounce off of the 0.5 or the 618. If we dump down to our 786, we're definitely going to be in for a little bit more of a bearish sentiment when it comes to XRP. Getting rejected here on the daily with the red dot, and that's sending a sell signal on our daily as well. Let's see if we've had a sell signal on our 2-day. If we do get a sell signal on our 2-day, I would definitely think that we'll come all the way down into that 30 cent range area or so, the high 30 cent range. But possibly looking for maybe a move down to 42 cents. It does look like this momentum wave is ready to move below our zero pivot point too as well. And I still think we got a ways down for Ripple. For the most part, our momentum waves are still pointed to the downside, finally moving into that red money flow here. And obviously, you know, some of our previous analysis on Ripple, it should have gave us clear signs with money flow moving off here. You know, this is obviously them just taking profit here. So we could be looking for a move back down to that 30-cent area. That's kind of what I'm anticipating, into the high 30 cent. If we're lucky, we'll get a bounce off of maybe 42 cents or so with our retracements and keep moving from there. But we'll have to keep an eye on Ripple. It does look like there's going to be a lot of time to dollar cost average back into this market, maybe moving on into January too as well. And then we'll just see what happens from there. But yeah, that's the Ripple charts for today. And last but not least, let's take a look at Dogecoin. We'll move into Doge USDT. We did have a nice pump here with Doge, all the way up to almost 0.005 cents. I wouldn't be surprised if Doge gets up to a cent, man. You know, compared to Bitcoin, it's not really doing too hot. But actually, looking here at the daily, we did have a little nice bounce here on our daily time frame. I mean, this money flow is just horrible, though. And as Bitcoin dominance continues to rise, you're probably not going to see Doge do too well. But you know, obviously, we're going to be looking at the dollar here, because more than likely, you know, this is definitely the best way to probably get into this is through the dollar. And if you're going to cash out for fiat, then we always take a look at the dollar too. But if your goal is to accumulate more Bitcoin, then obviously you can take a look at it on the BTC value too as well. It's totally up to you. I mean, to each to their own. I have my reasons for maybe wanting to cash out into fiat or stablecoin compared to cashing out into Bitcoin. And I pretty much provide those reasons on our Patreon page as well too. So if you want to learn a little bit more about how we trade this, definitely come over there and check us out. But yeah, folks, this is Doge is still looking like it wants to be kind of bullish here on the on compared to USD. Just, you know, we have our money flow moving up here on the 2-day. And then on the 3-day, it looks like we are moving back into that green money flow here too as well. It still looks like we have some more potential momentum to the upside here on our 3-day. So I wouldn't be surprised if we continue to push up a little bit higher here, maybe getting on into that 0.006 cents or so for Dogecoin. Elon Musk tweeting out about this. This is just crazy, man. But, you know, obviously Doge is probably, it's been around for a while. It stood the test of time. And you know, I don't think it's going to go anywhere. Obviously, to each their own. For this being the meme coin, I totally see that, and you know, continue to kind of stay inside of this cryptocurrency market too, for the most part. So that's going to be Doge for us today, folks. And without further ado, I think we're just going to head on out from here. We're on 22 minutes right now. So hopefully y'all enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, share this video with your friends and family. If you're interested in learning a little bit more about cryptocurrency, we offer the beginner's course to cryptocurrency. It's basically just a beginner course and rundown of how you can get started, dollar cost average, what exchanges we use, how to store your crypto safely, and how to avoid scams. So the more we continue to move into this bull market run, the more scams there are going to be. I know that Ledger had a big leak of emails and stuff too. I've been getting emails and text messages, and it's ridiculous. It really is ridiculous. And so you obviously don't respond to any of them. Don't click anything that they send you or that you think might be a scam that you are not expecting from any of those websites. Don't be stupid. don't be blissed, or don't be you know, blissed to any of this stuff, because or ignorant to any of it, because I think that it could come back and bite you in the butt for sure. So make sure that you're doing your proper two-factor authentication, all the jazz, to make sure that, you know, you have to jump through all the loopholes. That's the best way to say to stay the safest, is make sure that you're jumping through all the loopholes to stay safe out there, especially when it comes to these scams. You know, so with that being said, folks, all right, I'm gonna dip off here. Enough ranting. I'll see y'all in the next one. CTO signing out. Peace. I'll see y'all on the Patreon page too as well. Let's give a shout out to our Patreon members before I sign off here, just to show some appreciation. Shout out to Dave. Shout out to Dave, N Kim, Jasmine, Crypto Rex, Leo, Sparky, Johnny 20, William, Quentin, Ben, Eric, Samuel, Tall, Troy, Tim, Luna, Exin, Sean Stein, Greg, Hyru, Yor, Pike 379, Paul A. Keller. Thanks for being Patreon members, folks. I really appreciate it. I'll see you on the next one. CTO signing out. Peace.